Here I am in the kitchen. I'm about to do some preparation of onions for the freezer. And I could have made this a 3-minute video, but I decided to talk all the way through the onion chopping. So now it's a 10-minute video. Maybe more. If you want a shorter video, just start at the beginning and zoom to the end and you'll get the whole gist of it. But if you want someone to keep you company for a while, watch the whole thing. Well, I have my whole setup here. I have some onions, I have a bowl to put the onions, and I have a little container to put the compost. I am now getting ready for winter, and one of the things I'm doing is putting food in the freezer and food in the pantry, and it's going pretty well. I have the freezer right now. I have a small chest freezer that is defrosting. I have everything out in coolers with ice packs, and I'm just letting it go. It was actually not as bad as I thought, but it needs to be cleaned out. I don't actually have too much in it. It's mainly ice packs. I tend to not put as much stuff in the freezer as in the summer because of power outages and stuff like that. So I mainly stack it full of ice, but I'm going to start doing a shop in about 6 weeks, and I just want to see what I have in the freezer and how fast I'm going through what's left in there, and that'll help me determine what I'm going to make or what I'm going to buy. I do this thing at the end of October, as I've mentioned before, because I just get nervous about all the viruses and stuff and all the people and all the crowds for the holiday season, so I like to get stocked up. Plus there's the issue of bad weather and trying to go any place in the bad weather, and the days are short, so if I try to get to Costco or something, it's a really short day. I've got to head back up at 3 o'clock or so, 3:30, or I'll be driving up the mountain in the dark, etc., and it just makes for a short day where I don't get a lot done. So what I'm going to do with these onions, which are making me cry right now, is after I chop them up and after the freezer's back in business, I'm going to put these on a cookie tray and just freeze them and then put them in baggies. I like having frozen onions on hand because they cook up a lot faster if they've been frozen, number one. Number two, I have quite a few of these onions, and they will go bad if I don't take care of them now. And preventing food waste is a big passion of mine. I don't always succeed, but if I can, I will. Right now in the freezer, I have grated carrots that I prepared. I have mashed sweet potato. I have some butternut squash. I have some peppers and some homemade applesauce. So I'm getting there. I gotta take a moment here to wipe my eyes. I am crying. Are white onions more pungent than yellow onions or red onions? I know red onions are fairly mild, but these are like making me crazy here. Of course, I'm cutting a lot more than I usually cut. Well, I've got some kind of bad news. I was getting everything ready to do this, and I pulled out some bowls, and I saw evidence of a tiny mouse. And that is like just the worst thing. So I got to start preparing for that. I do these monthly pantry refills, and I put everything, take them out of boxes and put them in glass or in heavy plastic containers specifically for this reason, because I do get pests here. I live in the woods, and it's just part of the animal culture here, I guess you could say. I think the heat and the drought might be driving in. It's been so hot, so ungodly hot, and a lot of animals are appearing that don't usually appear, and that might be part of it. In the winter, when the winter gets too rough, they come in also. I think I've got it pretty well dialed in regarding keeping the house pretty well safe from them. I don't have anything out, like even my cloth napkins and dish towels are in plastic containers, closed plastic containers, so they can't get in and nest there. I feel like I'm always in a state of defense here, but that's okay. I have to keep stopping and starting to go wipe my eyes. Oh my gosh. Something. Well, we are heading into September. The heat wave does not seem to be abating. Just crazy. Here in California, I was reading that you can start zucchini and squash plants in August as well as in the spring. So I'm doing that, and some seedlings are coming up, and hopefully I can get something to grow here and harvest here before the end of the season. It's been very discouraging. Even the plants that I planted in the spring when I was supposed to are just stunted. The heat was just too much. It was all they could do just to survive, let alone thrive. So hoping the second round of planting squash will be okay. Never had a year like this before. It's crazy. I'm getting ready for some upcoming craft fairs. The farmers market that I was involved with for several months had to move locations, and they haven't yet gotten a new location. So I've signed up for some craft fairs, just one-offs. I was going to do a car show last week, but I got to the site, got out of the car, and I could already see it was going to be a disaster. So I canceled doing that and went home. But I think the one I'm going to next Saturday will be more successful. I went to that one in May, and it was great. I sold a lot. But my big problem right now with these outdoor craft fairs and stuff like that is that I don't have a canopy, and it is like brutal. And this summer's been particularly brutal, so I'm kind of stuck with either doing things that are indoors, and I did another car show that had an indoor vendor area, and that was fantastic. Did well on that. And farmers market was like from 4 o'clock on. So this outdoor market I'm going to go to in a week is an outdoor market too, from 10 to 2. So it's going to be really hot. So I might just get a small umbrella. I'm not opposed to a canopy. It's just I'm by myself, and they're hard to maneuver, open and pick up. And when you're by yourself, especially me, I'm a small person. I'm not particularly strong, and it's just, I know I could probably get somebody to help me, but I hate having people help me. But I'm excited about the upcoming possibilities, and so I think whatever happens here will be fun. These craft fairs and shows and stuff like this, markets have been really nice. They've gotten me out of the house. They've given me something to do. I've earned a little money, and I really am all in favor. So I have just finished chopping all these up, and I appreciate you hanging out here with me. And I'm going to wait until that freezer is completely done defrosting. Then I'm going to put these on a cookie sheet and put them in the freezer to freeze like that. And I'll be right back. Or maybe not so soon I'll be back, but I'll be back when everything is lined up for that. Well, I just finished cleaning out my freezer, and it's clean, and there's room, lots more room, because I organized stuff and all that stuff. And the time I spent worrying about and fussing about cleaning out the freezer was 10 times longer than I took to clean out the freezer. So now there's space for me to put a cookie tray or 2 of onions in there, but I think I'm just going to go 1 tray at a time, because otherwise I have to stack them. The whole house smells like onions, even though I put a lid on this. I estimate I have about 8 to 9 cups of onions here. So I'm going to start by just spreading them out, breaking them up a little bit. Boy, those are strong onions. I'm just going to do this, spread them out, let them freeze, put them in the baggie, maybe a small baggie, and then do another small baggie each time. Then I don't have to take all the onions out when I want them. I might be making pizza for lunch today, so I think what I'm going to do is leave a little bit of onion out. All right, these are going in the freezer. Well, here's my first round of onions. They are nice and frozen. I'm going to grab a spoon and scoop these up and put them in a bag that I've marked with the date and the contents, and carry on. I still have probably at least 1.5 more trays to go. This is a great way to store onions so you don't have to worry about them going bad before you eat them, and also because they are softer after freezing, they cook a lot more quickly. Like many things that are frozen, they are not going to work like fresh onions do, but they are fine to cook with saute or whatever you want to do with them. So I appreciate you hanging out with me this morning into this afternoon. I'm going to finish up and get these onions done. It's all about preparing for the winter. Thank you so much for watching.